Hello, my name is Brian. This is Football Manager 22. We're back in Malia here with a potential third video. I'm going to say this is the third video of our second year here in Malia. Looking at our favorite club vision screen, not much has changed since the last time we checked in. They're still upset we didn't sign young players. They're happy with how we're playing on the pitch. We are still working within the payroll budget, but that still means we're losing a lot of money. And they're happy with the performance. We have moved up to an A+ performance overall. Only one bad thing, three good things to say. The one bad thing that they do have to say is that we had the opportunity to clinch first place in the Primera RFF Futures in Grupo 2 last week, and we failed to do so. I recorded a video, and it ended up in the sin bin because we did not achieve the goal. We were 1 point ahead of Hercules, and they'd already played their game, and so a win would have put us 4 points ahead, and we played them the last game of the year, so they couldn't have caught us, even with a win. But we went and bottled it. So let's go take a look how back half of our schedule has gone. I believe we left each other with this game over Fuenlabrada, 5-3 win. Since then, it has been very, very good. Wins over Baleares, Don Benito, draws to Villarreal B and Intercity, but other than that, wins against Alcorn, Castellón, Algeciras, UCAM Murcia, Cordoba, Andorra, Atlético San Luqueño, Betis Deportivo. And then, when it comes time for it, the key game, I guess Formentera, or at least one of the key games, bottled it. It was a very frustrating game. We had 2.8 XG. 0.8 of that was a penalty we scored in the 40th minute. So we had roughly 2 XG from live play. Scored no goals. Just continuously kicking the ball right at the goalie's hands. Very frustrating. And they were playing a 4-1-2-1-2, functionally a 4-4-2 inverted pyramid, perhaps you'd call it. Maybe it's just a pyramid in the middle. Not pyramid, diamond. Inverted diamond, excuse me. Thank you. To my brain for finally coming up with the right words. There's not like someone feeding me lines. Otherwise, things would be much cleaner. With defensive midfielder, 2 center midfielders, and an attacking center midfielder. So they had 3 attacking players. Theoretically, I think with 2 center defenders and the defensive midfielder we have should counter that pretty well, but it wasn't up to the task, seemingly, with El Cooney getting free twice to score. Now, Formentera is an okay team, but they are 12th. Nothing particularly outstanding. -14 goal differential. So that takes us into the last week of the year, where our game is against Hercules, who is in second place. We have a point of space in points, and so it makes it a very simple math. A win or a draw, we get the promotion playoff, automatic promotion spot. Hercules wins, it goes to them. Hercules had seemed like it was kind of an unassailable position, but they've really kind of struggled since then. So if their performance was something probably about here for the Fuenlabrada game, since then they did okay in the next couple games, like 2-2, 2 wins, 2 draws, but then they hit this loss to Intercity, and then they got housed by Murcia. Also losses to Formentera, Betis Deportivo, and Costa Brava have just completely opened the door for us to crawl back in it to make up points with our very good record. And so, in the end, the automatic promotion spot will all come down to this one spot. The loser will obviously be the top seed of our people who go to the promotion playoff, but it's much better to be in it automatically. Head over to the match screen, look at the tactical screen. Defend more narrowly. That's fair. I think the only thing I'm changing is ZLM is starting for Enjoinin. and Junior started last game. They've kind of traded off there. That's the one position where we've really swapped when we're healthy. We do have some minor injuries, but they are not players I actually care about. Fill out the bottom of the roster. One thing that we did get a little lucky with this is that all three of the players that we have on yellow card warnings were on yellow card warnings last game. So there was a very real potential that we'd be not playing with Owona, Gonzalez, or Hernandez, who are some of our better players this game, if they'd pick up a yellow card last game. Luckily, we managed to avoid it. We did make some kind of cynical substitutions to avoid that. Since we needed a win explicitly last game, a draw wasn't good enough. When we were down 2-1 in the 75th, we did just kind of concede that we weren't going to score 2 goals in the last 15 minutes and swapped out those players, even though they're some of our better players, just to make sure they didn't pick up a yellow card and thus would be available for this game. All right, we are in the red and black stripes, deceptively. Again, we are usually in blues, and Hercules is in the blue and white. Ball is bombed forward to Miguel's and played back to Alex. They are matching in 4-3-3. Balde comes away with the ball defensively and turns and brings it upfield, but looks like they're going to have it here. Hercules are the one hosting this game, so it is a road trip for us. Ball's muddied about, and Ruiz blasts it kind of from nowhere over the net. Possession heavily Hercules so far in the first 7 minutes. Hopefully we do spend some time on ball and they don't spend the entire time pressuring us. I mean, they're going to spend the entire time pressuring us, but hopefully we use our time with the ball effectively and smartly. I'm liking what I'm seeing so far. Good passing to avoid the pressure and look to create an opportunity. Given we don't need a result, and other than a draw, we don't need to press and make any silly mistakes. Hernandez gets the ball. I was worried about that pass back to the defensive midfielder, but Del Campo plays for Gonzalez, blasts it off the goalie's hands over the net, but we will take the corner. I believe Husseini will be taking this. Hernandez. Into some bodies, and no one in particular comes away with it. Trying to cut off Pumal. Racing the end line. Not very well dispossessed. Was a winger, but Balleste comes away with the mediocre cross attempt. And we're back on possession. Cool. Gonzalez bombs it forward for Gay. Gay's been struggling a bit lately. Rating hasn't been great. Ball's played to Del Campo. Heads it to Gonzalez. Gonzalez plays it off a defender to at least get us a corner. Obviously would have liked to see him get around that man and create an opportunity for our scorers. Ball's played back to the corner, but nope. What a suspect run of play. Ball's played for Gay. Bit of a run. Doesn't look like he's creating an angle. Doesn't manage to get a cross off right into the box, but nothing comes of it. Balde up to Ngong. Ngong's pass lousy to right to Tano, one of the center backs for Hercules. Ngong to Hernandez, back to Ngong, up to Balde. Balde, back to Ngong. Finds Gonzalez, plays up to Zelem, Doug Campo. Maybe advantage is played there? I'm not sure. Looks like they said that little clip of the leg was fine. Ngong will pick up a yellow card here. And we're off to the races defensively. But Migueles just kind of lumps it long and with no one there to get on it. Zelem crosses the field to Gay and plays back to Husseini. Bombs it forward, looking for Edgar Hernandez. Zelem. Oh. I mean, it was very fortunate that it even caught the woodwork from that distance, I believe. But still. Ball's pinged about. Love the attacking action there. Gonzalez gets dispossessed, but it gives it right to Del Campo, who tries to shoot it kind of one time off that, and nothing much comes of it. Balde will throw into Zelem. There's a cross looking for Reed. Header goes nowhere. Ball's played back to Owona. Interesting that Owona is still back, but Reed is so far up. Ocampo turns to Gonzalez off the woodwork. Gay's there for the retaliation. Mortala Gay there with the cleanup crew duty. 7th goal of the year. And Malia has the 1-goal lead. Good stuff. Now, I'm personally going to be very suspicious of a 1-goal lead right now, as my hometown Columbus Crew were in much the same position just this last weekend, needing 1 point to earn a spot in the playoffs in the MLS. And they took a lead in about the when was it, 35th minute, so we're a little early, but gave up 2 goals in the second half. And so they're sitting at home and just fired their coach because they aren't in the playoffs because of that collapse. So we'll definitely keep an eye out and try to do our best to prevent that happening. And Kong with the aggressive strike from outside the box. He has made like 2 of those on the year. I do kind of like it when he tries, but obviously he's not often successful. Riyadh kind of driving down the pitch, looking for Del Campo, chips the goalkeeper off the woodwork for the 3rd time. Iker Hernandez, first one there. Frick. So many good opportunities squandered. Hernandez will take the corner here. Owona slamming the door. Lucian Owona, our U19 coach, player coach, Lucian Owona, getting a header in. Beautiful stuff. Yeah, he wasn't actually looking to play soccer this year. He very much wanted to start his coaching career, and we were like, okay, well, we'll let you start coaching, but we also want you to play. He's been a very key part of what we're doing here. Look at that after the initial 10 minutes, just dominant, loving it. Very happy, boys. Very happy. Little back heel from ZLM to Angong. Gay plays up to Del Campo. Del Campo having a run to the end line. Looks for the cross, but it'll go off a defender, and we'll take the corner. Hernandez here. Owona getting a brace. Just, I've already just been singing his praises. He's actually a terrible coach, by the way. I mean, we need anyone we can have to coach because, we're short coaches. I have underfilled my coaching staff because we're losing so much money. So even just having someone who can fill a bunch of spots while the coaches who are decent do things is important because we actually have a pretty full youth squad. Yeah, not much to say, especially if they're not going to show us any highlights here. I'm going to swap in Morid for Angong, yellow card. Pretty equal talent, and that's kind of what Morid's role with us has been. Yeah, this point, Hercules needs 4 goals in the last 17 minutes and plus bonus time to change the result. Just like the kind of rest of their year, this has been the second half of the year anyways. It's been a disappointing collapse for them. Take the opportunity here to jump in and make some subs. Al-Watani will come in for Hernandez and switch Gay and Al-Watani then. We'll bring in Mavaza for Husseini. No, we'll bring in Mavaza for Balde and Al-Hassane for Husseini. And we will bring in Chica. Why not? For Owona. And those will be all our substitutions. Ball's played long for Del Campos in front of it. But blasted wide. But 4-0 would have been even prettier. Come on, Ruben. So, as I think I might have said in the last video, and maybe I didn't, I am very nervous about this next promotion. My review of the Segunda La Liga is that a lot of the teams go up, come straight back down, especially within the next 2 years. I think the 4 teams, that right now are getting relegated are 2 teams that went up last year and 2 teams that went up the year before. And there it is, Melilla 3-0 over Hercules. In Hercules' spot, that's got to burn their britches and probably more as we come away with a win. We get to watch this terribly generic celebrations situation. But hey, hoisting a trophy. Beautiful sight. All that red and black confetti. Look for the guy doing a cartwheel. There he is. The walkout after your trophy ceremony is always the same. There's always that one guy doing a cartwheel. Dominating performance for us. Love to see it. One of 2 goals existed on from Hernandez's corners. Mortala knocks in a rebound off of someone else's. Brilliant stuff, boys. Hercules will have to try and earn one of the 2 remaining spots for promotion. We will have a $3.69 million budget and absolutely no transfer budget. That may get better once promotion is official, but probably... it's certainly... So yeah, again, face pack, and he is Spanish, but he was born in Cameroon. Kind of doubting that's his coloration. Because I feel like that's one of the faces the new face pack added for us. But the face pack does have racial color tones, as it were. So it tries to match those, from my understanding is. But perhaps it decided, I don't know, the Spanish second nationality was more important. Hard to say. Anyways, let's take a quick look at contracts. So these are the players we have who are expiring. 4 of them are our loanees. Morid was not worth the money at all. $119,000 for a guy who did not start once for us, made 25 appearances off the bench, and was just fine when he did. He was a fine player. I wouldn't mind having him back, but I would not pay for that privilege. Riyadh and Gong, we will desperately try to get back if that's available. They are both with our senior affiliate, Barcelona. So I think there are pretty good odds that we are able to do so. It looks like Ngong's contract is expiring, so maybe he won't be resigned. How about Riyadh? Riyadh is available for another year. If we could extend his contract, a free loan for $0, that'd be really nice. I guess we were paying $18,000 for Riyadh each for a year, but he was very much worth that. Started 19 games for us, subbed in 16 more, 7.14 average rating. Very solid. So yeah, we're gonna miss those 4. Maybe. It's hard to say whether Del Campo is worth it at the next level or not. He obviously doesn't fit our group, but since he started on the roster, I've been allowed to continue with him. But if we discontinue him, then he's gone. Our backup goalkeeper is gone. he was not great. I'd be happy to let him go and try and find a new starting keeper essentially and push Balleste down to the backup spot. Balleste's fine, but he's not very exciting as a first choice goalkeeper in all honesty. Mavaza has been a useful backup. We'll see just how positions play out. The fact they can play anywhere on the back line is good, but he's really a center back who can kind of play the outsides, but not really. Garcia, I don't mind if he leaves, and Sergio Chica, his pace just really isn't good enough either. So I'm happy to let those two go, especially at the price. Andres Garcia is making $107,000 a year. That's way too much money. So we're bringing back a lot of the same team. I'll hopefully be able to get back some loanees and maybe find some new ones. As I said, this Grupo 1, Real Madrid B will be the ones who automatically get promoted, and Deportivo Racing, Osasuna Promeses, and Numancia will be fighting also for the other promotion spot, one of the two, along with the teams we've supplied to the table. Here's the Segunda Division. After 41 games, Amorbieta, Sabadell, Nastic are all going down, and Real Zaragoza, Burgos, and Cadiz are all fighting to let it not be them, though technically I guess Ibiza, Extremadura, and Lugo are all within range of weird results happening that send them down. It looks like there's two teams that automatically go up and then a promotion playoff for another spot. So yeah, it's a big jump. And we don't really have much in the way of scouting budget, which is the one of the annoying things. So we don't have a great idea of the talent in the world. We have our short lists. I should probably take this opportunity to invite in players who I've offered this guy a trial a couple times now, as well as these guys who expired out of the United States. There's even more of them now. Well, these four who don't have a team, and we don't have a assessment of. Offer them a trial. They have been unwilling to accept the trials before now. I don't think this guy's going to do anything for us, given none of his results spark up as yellow right now. But, you never know. Some of those are 10-15s, 10-16s. He could be good enough. So, yeah, we're going to try and get some of these guys in to evaluate them. Maybe now that we're headed up to the Segunda Division, they'll actually come in and let us take a look at what they could possibly offer us. I really wish... Nope, they're still snubbing us. But, maybe our reputation still hasn't jumped yet because things haven't finished. We'll keep trying. I always wish I could show you guys my off seasons, what my scouting and transfer regimen looks like as it's happening. Unfortunately, it doesn't happen in a nice 20 to 30 minute block of time. It's very much spread out over a long period of time, and since I do these one take, no editing, because I'm just a guy putting things up on YouTube, it doesn't really make sense. It's a thing where you'd need to edit together a bunch of nice little chunks, and that's just too much more work, unfortunately. So got our African player tag here. Lukaku would be the... And I'm sure I've just savaged that name, and you're all laughing at me, the one of you who's listening. Because, again, I don't don't follow the EPL that closely. I know the name. I recognize it from various drafts and stuff. But, yeah, all these players, they aren't coming here for us. But, you know, at what point can we start getting... All right, Dele Alli was on loan last year. Okay, so we're not going to get him. He's making $8 million a year. This is a fun little Easter egg. And again, is that his actual face? I mean, he's Norwegian, but he's also Nigerian. This is a player I actually had in my last save in Salisbury. Antonio Nusa, a very good winger. He was just under championship level, but he was very much Premier League level. He's still just I got him when he was like 26 through 29. Here he's still just 18 with Club Brugge. But he looks like a very good player. He was on Next Gen's top 50 Wonder Kids list this year. So we did scout him out. He's the sort of player I'd love to have. I don't know if Club Brugge is looking to loan him out. If so, he's the sort of player that we would be very interested in. So we have our eyes on players like that. I don't think I can afford to sign a player like that at all remotely, but I'd love to get him in on loan. And yeah, we probably not gonna have the budget to do world scouting when we want to be scouting Africa in particular for their youth academies and camps and try and bring in the best youth players in the world. But, you know, so I will be back here in another couple days, updating you with what I've done over the summer transfer window, how we're adapting and preparing for the Segunda Division, and crossing our fingers that we can stay up and maybe even make the promotion playoffs, or be automatically promoted. So thank you so much for joining me on this latest episode. I'd love to hear from you. If you have anything to say, please don't hesitate to leave a comment, to reach out to me. But other than that, I hope you have a very lovely day, and thank you for joining me. Bye.